Greetings, family. This is Kazi once again, coming to you with the fourth in this four-part series on stress resilience. Hopefully you've been using the practices that I've shared with you over the past couple of weeks. There have been three before this one. The first one was contract, relax, relaxation and breathing. The second week was the smile, shine meditation. And last week we did the resurrection of the evening constitutional walking meditation. Today what we're going to do is we're going to bring two different modalities together, and that's a meeting between meditation medicine and plant spirit medicine. If you've seen any of my previous videos on here on meditation medicine, you might know what that is, but basically meditation medicine is the side effects of meditation. When meditation first came over here to the West, it was presented by spiritual teachers who were teaching spiritual cultivation techniques. But now science has caught up with it and taken it seriously and begun to study meditation, and has found out that there are many other benefits, many health benefits, and one of them is stress reduction. And that's what we are using it for, stress reduction and building stress resilience. And so today we're going to use meditation in cooperation with plant spirit medicine. And when I say plant spirit medicine, it's not anything spooky. The word spirit originally from the Latin means breath, breath. And the implication is something that you can't see, but you know it exists and you can feel its effects, okay? So in the terms of plant spirit medicine, what I want to talk about today is the use of an essential oil with your meditation to get the combined effects, and also to train yourself in a way to be able to recover from a stressful situation a little quicker than usual, okay? So the oil that we're going to be using is frankincense oil. Many of you might be familiar with frankincense. It's a very, very old oil that's been used for a long time medicinally and spiritually. And it has anxiety reducing and relaxing effects, and that's what we basically want to use it for in this exercise. Now, how you would prepare this? Well, first let me say this. You can get frankincense essential oil pretty much at most health food stores. So just go to any health food store nearby you and you can pick up a bottle of frankincense essential oil. Make sure it's essential oil, okay? And there's a number of different ways this can be used, okay? You can put it on your skin, but you have to dilute it a little bit. So you would mix it with an oil like, say, avocado oil, and you can take about 2 drops of the essential oil of frankincense and mix it with 2 or 3 drops of avocado oil. You mix that together, and then you can use that on your skin. And one of the ways you can use it for our purposes today is to just put it under your nose like that. I'll put it on my mustache, or I'll put it on my beard like that, and that way the aroma just wafts right up into your nostrils. So it makes it very easy for you. Another way this can be done is you can also sprinkle a couple of drops of that oil in your bath. If you'd like to take a hot bath to do this exercise, you can sprinkle some in your bath, not much, 3-4 drops in your tub of hot water. The heat from the tub will create a vapor, and you'll be able to smell it then, right? If you don't, just put a little more. But I think the most efficient way, and what I've used in the past, is using a cloth or a tissue, something like a handkerchief, and just putting a couple of drops onto the corner of the handkerchief, and then you can just place that on your head, and you can use that, use it that way. And it's very easy, and it also serves a second purpose that we'll get into a little later on, okay? Now, there's also what you call diffusers now. You'd have to go out and purchase that if you don't have one. You can get an inexpensive one for about $30. And it's like an old school vaporizer, just a little more efficient, more modern. You put a couple of drops of oil, 2-3 drops of oil in there, and it will make the whole room that you're in take on that aroma, and you'll be able to smell it while you're doing the exercise, okay? But we are going to use the cloth, or what I like, the handkerchief method, okay? So you've prepared your oil, you've sprinkled some onto the corner. Let's say you sprinkled onto the corner of a handkerchief, right about there. 1 or 2 drops, that's all it takes. Then you want to prepare yourself by making your intentions. What is it this particular meditation is going to be for? Okay? And it doesn't have to be complex. You can keep it very simple. Just say that my intentions are to receive life, strength, and health. Okay? You can put it into your own words. And a good intention for this particular meditation, because what we want to do is relieve stress and train ourselves to remain calm and at peace. If you're a Christian, Psalms 23:4, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff comfort me. That would be an excellent way to begin, just to say that before you start the meditation. Those are your intentions. You say, my intentions are, and you follow with that particular psalm. So it prepares your mind to receive the benefits of the meditation. Okay? Now, once you have your handkerchief prepared and you've made your intentions, you would take the handkerchief and you would put it over your head, like so. And you've placed the oil here, right? And so that way you can smell that. That aroma is going to be coming off of this handkerchief or whatever type of cloth that you use, you'll be able to smell it, right? So we're going to make believe that's still in my head. And from there, you would use your form, force, and focus. If you've ever sat with me before, if you ever came to one of my workshops, I usually use that simple way of explaining the process for all beginners. The form is your posture. So you want to have a nice erect posture, right? Hands in your lap. Okay, feet flat on the ground. Back straight but comfortable. You want your back straight, but you don't want to be straining like you're a soldier to maintain a position. You're nice and comfortable with the back, straight back. Okay, that's the form. Second is the force. The force is the breath, spirit. And you want to breathe nice, long, deep breaths into your belly, but comfortable breaths. So when I say long and deep, I don't want you to take so much breath that you're straining to hold it in, or you're straining to get it down, straining to bring it out. Comfortable, deep breath like so. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. When you inhale, you want to feel the air go into your nostrils. Feel it go down your throat. Keep taking in air until you feel your belly expand. Your belly will come out a little bit, right? Then as you exhale, your belly will get smaller, and you want to feel that air come up through the throat, back into the nostrils, and come out of the nose, out of the nostrils. You want to follow that cycle. You want to go up and down, around and around with the breath. You keep your focus. That's the third F. Form was the posture. Force is the breathing. And you keep your focus on the breath. As it goes down, comes back up, down, up, in, out. You keep your focus on the breath. And if you lose focus, it's okay, because that's what's going to happen. That's why we do this. That's natural. Don't get frustrated. Don't get upset. When you lose focus of the breath, you just say to yourself, thought. Sometimes thoughts will come into your head and you'll start drifting away. You just get off of the train at the next stop. the train of thought, you get off at the next stop and you return to focusing on your breath. If you get emotional, you might get some feelings that come up. You do the same thing. You label it emotion and you return your attention to the breath. If sensations distract you, you hear something going on outside or you get an itch in your leg, you notice it and you say sensation, and then you return to the breath. Keep returning your focus to that feeling of the air coming in, going down, coming up, and coming out. All that time, the handkerchief is on your head, and every time you inhale, you smell the frankincense, right? So it's having its effect of helping you to be calm and peaceful and getting you centered, right? Bringing you back to balance. And the meditation is doing the same thing, so they're both working together in an integrated fashion, in a synergistic fashion, to help you to achieve your goals. And you do this for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You don't have to be too long, but you have to be consistent. You want to do this on a regular basis, every day. If you can do this every day for at least a couple of months, 1 month at the least, 3 months, I would say you want to do it, and that will really tie it in, okay? Because you want to train your system to respond to the smell of the frankincense, so that in an emergency, something happens, you get a phone call, something has happened to a family member, you're a little thrown off, whatever, you can now take that same handkerchief, or excuse me, not the same handkerchief, but take a handkerchief, put a few drops on it. The meditation has been done so many times that when you take that handkerchief and you just go, your body's going to respond to it and immediately begin to rest itself. Immediately begin to come back to center. Why? Because you've been doing what's called classical conditioning in behavioral psychology. If you've ever heard of Pavlov's dog, these experiments were done years ago, a long, long time ago, where a man had some dogs. He noticed, he was a scientist, every time he would feed his dog, the dog would start to salivate, right? He'd salivate before he even got the food. So he tried something out. Every time he went to feed his dog, he would ring a bell first. Then he'd prepare the food and bring it to the dog, right? And he did this over and over and over, till eventually it got to the point where whenever he would ring the bell, the dog would salivate. He wouldn't bring the dog any food, and he would still salivate because he's been conditioned. It's the same way we've been conditioned by commercials to respond in certain ways and go and buy their products. But he's been conditioned to respond to the bell. You want to condition yourself to respond to the aroma of the frankincense, so that you can keep a handkerchief with you, keep a little bottle of Frankincense Essential Oil in your pocket, in your purse, in your backpack, whatever it is that you carry. And in a situation where you need it, when you feel yourself getting anxious, nervous, a little stressed, put a little frankincense. You take about 9 deep breaths and help yourself to get relaxed, okay? So that is a combination, putting things together. Also a good use of your time, because we don't have the time to do all of these things separately. So we have to find out ways sometimes to feed 2 birds, as I said last week, feed 2 birds with 1 stone, right? And this is another way of doing that. So I hope you use this, and I hope you use it in concert with the exercises that I've been giving you over the past couple of weeks. They can be combined together. You just watched these past 3 videos that I did, and even the videos that were done by my colleagues from Newark Center for Meditative Culture. There is a number of videos up here with many different techniques that you can use, and find ways to get this into your day and combine them with other things in your day. In fact, let me just add this to what I'm saying would be helpful. To help you with the consistency, you can anchor this particular practice or any of the other ones to something else that you do. For instance, let's just say you get up in the morning. Everybody gets up in the morning, they go and they wash up, you wash your face, you brush your teeth, so forth. This is something you do every day. So what you might want to do is do this practice immediately after doing that, and you will have the same effect. Eventually you will develop a habit of doing one, and two will be connected to one, meaning the meditation coming directly after you wash up in the morning. And you can make it something else. You don't want to make it after eating. That's the one thing you don't want to do. You want to do this before you eat or fill your stomach up with food. But just find something that you do every day and do this directly after it, so that particular behavior becomes an anchor for you. So I hope that helps you. This is the last in the series, and hope you're having a great day. Peace.